everybody, welcome back. And today, and it's kind of cold in here, so I apologize for wearing my coat over myself, like a blanket rather than like a regular coat. But I think it lends a nice atmosphere to my further reviews of winter horror. Now, today, I also want to say, I probably won't be uploading very much for the next few weeks because my stupid laptop, as I mentioned in the last video, it broke, and so now I'm just about to undergo having to deal with the warranty and the manufacturer and everything. So hopefully it'll work out in my favor, and hopefully they'll fix it or replace it. Wish me luck, because the warranty says, oh, we don't cover a cracked screen, but the screen's not cracked from any mishandling on my part, right? So anyway, I think let's just hang on one sec, sorry. So anyway, so Snowy Screams, or Snowy Scares, I haven't decided, I keep referring it back and forth, is about winter horror. And I've been trying to find short stories set in winter, in order to supplement, in order to be able to do reviews in between when I'm able to finish reading longer works. But so far, the only story that I've found is To Build a Fire by Jack London, which is very much worth a read. It was first published in 1908. And I guess there is actually an earlier version that isn't quite as familiar. So I don't know anything about that, but I just sort of came across it when I was looking for some background information. Now, Jack London was apparently a naturalist, and so he believed in, living off the land and travel, and he wrote a lot about his travels in Alaska during the gold rush. And he was a man's man, he was an adventurer, he was a naturalist, and for personal reasons, I've always despised that sort of view of the outdoors, because what happens is people read this stuff and then they romanticize it, and then they end up dead, like Christopher McCandless. I have real issues with that kind of stuff, and for personal reasons. So anyway, I'm reading the story, and it's a cautionary tale, though. It's clear that this guy, that the main character in To Build a Fire, it's stated that he just arrived and he's a newbie to the cold weather. And there's quite a lot of hubris, because he goes out and he's clearly told, don't go out by yourself if it's minus 50, or if it's below minus 50. And the thermometer broke at minus 50. And we find out it's actually minus 75. Now, that's a kind of cold that I can't even fathom. And I'm Canadian, okay? We're used to cold weather. So it's horrifying. And it's a really simple short story. Basically, this guy is out in the cold, and he's trying to get back to camp. And he's going from point A to point B. And it's a really well-written story, and a really well-crafted sense of time and place. Because not much... Sorry, someone's going by. Because not much actually happens plot-wise, but it's very suspenseful, and the way that Jack London draws this environment, it's very much a character on its own. He shows the dangers of this brutal world, and how quickly, it doesn't take much, and you don't have to be out in it very long before you're done. And it's so hard to feel sympathy for this guy. I mean, you're watching along, you're like, no, but at the same time, this guy's an idiot. I mean, when even the dog knows that it's too freaking cold, don't go out by yourself. So there's a lot of frustration as you're reading, but it's very well crafted, and it's a brutal story about just the dangers of the natural world, and a cautionary tale that I highly recommend. and it's great to settle down. Um, you can either read it online or you can listen to the audio version over on Pseudopod, which is they do they put up a new story. I think it's every week that they have short horror stories, and there's a ton of them, and they're always a really good listen. So I'll include the links in the comments below. To Build a Fire by Jack London. I hope you're reading lots of great horror. I hope you're staying warm. Have a great day.